I declare bankruptcy!
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
I underestimated you.
Yeah, well, maybe next time you will estimate me. It's been opened.
Yeah, it was mine.
What's missing? The turtles. Where are the turtles?
Sausage.
Where are the turtles?
Come on, guys, get out of here.
Where are the turtles?
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Rankaholics podcast.
Season 2, baby. Yeah.
Hey, round of applause, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah.
Can't believe we made it this far.
Thanks. That's our live audience. That's what we're doing different in Season 2. Thanks, guys. You guys are the best fans we have.
Before I even continue, I meant to bring up the past, 4 episodes, I guess since the beginning of November. We're doing No Shave November.
Oh, yeah.
For those that are in the, looking at the YouTube.
Isaiah shaved, publicly
shaved?
calling him out.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Publicly shame him, everybody.
Publicly shame him. No, have you guys ever... This is the most facial hair I've seen on Pat's face.
Yeah. This is the most I've seen on my face, too.
This is the most face I've seen on Pat.
No, I mean, I think this is my first time actually doing No Shave in November without actually shaving. Usually I get through halfway and I'm like, all right, time to cut it all off.
I'm putting up with it.
Yeah.
What about you, Celine?
Yes.
Can't say that I've ever done it. Nope.
And there's our introduction to Celine.
Yeah.
Welcome on the pod, Giuliano's girlfriend.
Yep.
You guys, now
proud of this one.
now that you're on the podcast, you guys can't ever break up because then we have to delete this whole episode.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Celine, you ruined Season 2.
Your relationship has been solidified by this episode.
Yeah.
It wasn't solidified before.
Thank you, Rankaholics.
It was a liquid before, now it's a solid.
This is basically Giuliano's way of asking you to be
Okay,
his
thanks, Dad.
girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't know how much is gonna last.
Scientific, man.
Oh,
Longer.
Okay, so today on this episode we are doing we are ranking the Office episodes.
Kicking it
Well,
off
we
with
already
a bang, big boob on.
Yes.
swear.
Big book.
Words are good.
Words are good. We already ranked them, I should say. But we're doing Office episodes, and we've come up with our own lists. How many times have you guys seen The Office all the way through?
Several times.
Probably at least 12 or
At
more.
least 12 or more.
Just once.
Just once, really?
Yeah, just once.
Why is she
Wait,
on this
really?
episode?
Both of you?
You can lift your mic so it's the height of your mouths.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go. There you go. Good job, kids.
Wait. So really, all the way only through just once? Really? I'm surprised. Okay, so I think I've only seen it 4 or 5 times. Still on the low
I think
side.
all the way through maybe 2 or 3.
But
I've jumped around too.
Right.
So
I've seen episodes multiple times, but
Yeah.
I haven't
Okay.
seen it all the way through
Yeah.
multiple times.
Okay.
I think I would me and my brother would watch it together and be like, all right, what new TV show you want to watch now? My brother's like, let's watch The Office again.
Yeah.
Let's watch it
That is-
again and again.
That's usually how it goes. You start a couple episodes, and you're like, you know what? Let's just go back to the beginning,
Yep.
and you start it all over.
I have a problem following through, so I'll start an episode and then just jump around.
Oh,
What?
that's no, I get that.
I don't know if I can watch it all the way through ever again.
Really?
I'm really
Okay.
sorry, Joe.
Usually, what I do when I'm watching a new series is I'll especially if it's something long, has 6 or 7 seasons, like a New Girl, I'll watch 3 seasons in a row or something, binge it pretty fast,
Yeah.
and then at one point I'll stop and I won't watch for a month or 2 months,
yeah.
and then slowly get back into it again. So, but dang, I think it's one of those shows that you just you see it everywhere on social media, so it's pretty memorable. I
Yeah.
would say. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
Probably
classic.
It's a modern day classic for sure.
Easily.
That's what I call it.
It's probably one of the most quotable TV shows.
Oh, definitely
ever.
one of the most
Yeah,
quotable.
most one quarter.
Honestly, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, it's probably the greatest TV show, I want to say,
of
ever.
of our time for sure.
Yes, for sure, of our time.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest comedy.
Like the last 20 years.
There's a lot
They
of
only
good
had
comedies, but
TV
of our
for
time,
20
yes.
years.
Easily the greatest.
There's definitely
point is the
also
point.
another side. I'm hesitant to say it's the greatest show. Well, not because that there's I don't know. There's a lot of other shows that I really do like as well, but there's also a whole other side that just doesn't like The Office that I've seen recently more, and especially hate towards Michael Scott too. There's a good amount of people that don't like Michael Scott.
He's not
Yeah.
politically correct enough.
Not anymore.
Right. But that's not why people say it. I think what I've heard is people just find him annoying, and which is when I first watched
Yeah.
it through, the very first time I watched it through, I was like, dang, he is kind of annoying.
He
But then
is.
you watch it as you keep going, then you like his character at least for me. And so, and then you watch it again and again, and you find it hilarious.
He just
Yeah.
has some cringy moments.
He does have
Very
some
Like
really
makes it
cringy-
hard to watch sometimes.
right.
Yeah.
I think in real life,
Scott's Tots.
Oh,
Anybody
yeah.
like ever just? I skip that episode every time I watch.
I watch it.
I
can't.
can't watch it.
I can't.
It was
You
the
skip some.
Jim and Pam's wedding when he gives a toast.
The Pam's pregnant. And
Okay. Hey, what I think Jim is trying to say is that they had an accident, and you know what? These two people, they're living together.
When he
Oh.
like
Oh
has
yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
and then he's
Yeah.
the one that spills that they're pregnant.
Oh yeah. Or
I
Phyllis is-
skipped-
No, Jim spills that news.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jim
that's
does
right.
spill it. Wow, do
True,
you even
true.
watch The Office?
No,
I skipped
Phyllis
it
is no.
today.
Wait,
I didn't
are you
wanna
saying
watch it.
Phyllis's wedding when he gives the toast?
Yeah, that one's also.
I'm thinking of Phyllis's too when he's pushing down the
Yeah.
aisle.
This is bullshit. Me walking Phyllis down the aisle was supposed to be the highlight of the wedding. And now, the wedding has no highlight.
Anyway.
But no, Pam's wedding when he gives his speech. I skipped that today because I didn't want to watch it because it's so
Super cringy.
cringy.
What were you gonna say, Giuliano?
I was gonna say like in real life, I don't think I would like any of the characters.
I don't know. Me and Kevin would probably be homies.
Not even Dwight.
No, definitely. Real life
Especially
Dwight
not
would
Dwight.
be. I mean, maybe like to mess with be fun. I don't know. I guess it'd be interesting. Jim would actually be kind of boring. I don't know. Depends. Because you could talk sports.
Yeah, you could talk sports.
Yeah.
Jim.
So then-
I mean, Jim would probably be Jim and Daryl, probably the only two
Yeah.
that would actually be. Like,
Daryl, yeah, he's my homie probably.
Wait, you guys don't like Kelly?
Oh heck no!
Toby's pretty down to earth, normal.
Come on.
Yeah.
He just like I hate this guy.
Yuck.
Anyway, let's
Always
get into our
relatable.
lists. Giuliano or Celine, I'm going to open up to you guys first. Who wants to go first between you two? Celine,
You know what I've said?
Okay, I'll go first.
you can pull the mic closer to you. I guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. Start with like the back and obviously from 10 to 1 or how many
Oh, 10 to 1. Okay.
or however many you have.
Can you just cut this? Cause
No,
dog.
just go.
We're not
We
cutting
don't do
anything,
editing
Celine.
here
It's
at
okay.
Rankaholics.
Here,
We
Rankaholics.
stopped cutting stuff
Yeah.
because we're lazy.
okay,
No, we're just not controversial
Um,
anymore.
my number 10 is gonna have to be beach games.
Oh, okay. That's
okay.
good. Any particular reason? Beach games.
Just the games are pretty funny.
Pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. It's fun watching the competition between the different sized people.
Right. It's like we'll be Slytherin.
Mhm.
Which again, I've
Sabotage.
yeah. I finally when
Did
we
you say
watched
sandwich?
the Harry Potter series, I was like, oh, now I can get all the Harry Potter jokes that they say
Oh.
in The Office. So,
Mhm.
there was something else. Oh, sorry to interrupt your list, Celine, but I was like, when I was going through my list, I was like,
She's
some of
our
these
guest.
the bloopers
Yeah.
sometimes make the episodes funnier.
Yeah,
so
they
I
do.
was like, oh, that
Mm.
And the
yeah,
deleted
watching
scenes.
The bloopers are deleted scenes. Anyway, continue.
Okay. 9 is gonna have to be Office Olympics.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
8, Secret Santa, when Michael's all mad because he's not the only Santa in the
Yes,
office.
that's a good one. That's a good
Yep.
one. Actually,
Um,
that's a good one. Yeah.
Write that
Go
down.
ahead.
Write that down.
No, I was gonna say I have that in my honorable mentions because I was like going through all the Christmas episodes and I was like, I saw the Secret Santa one and he's like talking to David Wallace and he's like, David, guess who I'm dressed up as right now?
I don't know, Michael.
Power of flight.
I can feel leopards.
Leopards.
Anyway, that was a really good one. I was
That's
actually
a funny
later on we can discuss this, but we can rank the Christmas episodes since we're approaching
Mm.
Christmas season. But
That's a
Good,
good
good,
idea.
good.
good episode so far.
Okay, 7.
Yeah.
The injury when he
so
steps on his
underrated.
George Foreman and burns his foot.
Underrated.
really good.
Underrated.
What There's something else, like other injury that happens in the episode, and he compares it to.
He brings that guy in the wheelchair in.
Yeah, and,
And
and
he,
so
like-
he also parks in the handicap spot.
Yeah.
And then the guy in the wheelchair's like, "Sorry, I was late, so I'm parked in the handicap spot." And Michael like looks like, "Oh."
That was so funny.
My foot got burned on a George Foreman.
Oh man.
Okay. Season 6, episode 6, The Mafia.
Oh yes, that's such a good
That
one.
one.
The gabagool.
I think it's just funny to see Andy and Dwight like pair up against
Oh,
yeah,
Michael, or not against him, but try to help him, and they're like fighting over
He tries to
who's
hide
right.
the pipe under the napkin.
Yeah.
If it's not on the side, I send it back.
No, it's when Andy goes to fix the car. And
Yeah.
ruins it
He's
more.
like,
Yes.
Got like a leak or something.
That poor lady.
Gosh.
Okay. Let's see. Dunder Mifflin Infinity.
Oh wait.
And he's like
Gosh.
drive this car into the lake.
Okay.
And then they go back for the turtles.
Where are the turtles?
That's
yes.
Dude, Michael is obsessed with turtles because there's that one, and
Yeah.
then whatever episode we just watched, he was like, "Oh, I'll come anywhere to see a turtle."
There's no turtle, Michael. Well, now I'm gonna have to go look him up, or I'll be off the whole day.
Yeah. Oh, that one. No, that one's really good.
Oh man. I'm gonna start
Okay.
making that my excuse at work.
Turtles.
It's one of the best quotes. Where are the turtles?
Where are the turtles? But what was I gonna say? Oh, I can't remember. Sorry. Continue, Celine.
Okay. Threat level midnight.
Ooh.
That
Okay.
Nice. Solid choice.
It's funny to like when you go back to that episode and they're like recording it, or like they recorded it back in like season 2 or 3. Not actually when they record it, but like in the timeline of the actual show, they
Yep.
recorded it during season 3 because Karen's in it.
Oh.
And who else?
Oh.
Like those people are still in it, and then you don't see it till like season 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Or no, 7.
7.
Best scene, Toby getting his head blown off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used a lot of money on that one.
Michael Scott.
Okay, I think, what am I at, 4?
I
think
wouldn't know.
Okay.
Playback.
Really, really helpful. 4, Frame Toby.
Frame
That's-
Toby's
yeah.
good.
Salad.
But, at one point, Michael's just like, the end justifies the mean.
Oh yeah.
Sums up their whole relationship because he's just,
But maybe the ends justifies the means.
no, he says it justifies the mean.
Oh.
The mean, yeah.
No.
That's the whole Dwight. He's sitting there like interview, and he's like, "What's my perfect crime?" I break into Tiffany, and he does that
Oh,
whole
yeah,
entire
yeah.
spiel.
Is that the one where he gives Toby the salad, but he puts it in his drawer, the frame?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Carpese salad.
Yeah.
I love when he's like asking for it. He's like, "Hey, I heard you guys were the guys."
Oh yeah. Creed's
They
like in the
charge him
background.
like $500 too.
He's
Wasn't
like,
it?
is this a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. We're giving you a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay. 3. Dwight. The episode where Dwight gets promoted. I think it was the one that was just playing.
To manager.
Yeah, and he's like in Michael's office, and for some reason I laughed so hard at this scene. He's like, yes,
Yeah.
yes, and he's like freaking out.
What's the episode where he like fires his gun off? Is that soon after? And this is season 7 that you guys are on, right?
This is like
Yeah, that's when he's manager.
Yeah.
That's 8 or 9, because that's when Michael's gone.
This is earlier though, cause
Oh, okay.
it was. Yeah.
Get a little
Okay.
mixed up.
Okay. Dwight Christmas.
Is your
Number 2.
Number 2. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Honestly, it is a good episode.
It's
For season 9.
Season 9.
yeah,
It definitely is.
yeah, because he's just like so passionate about his
The German.
yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
he
trying to
gets
think
all
of-
mad
Belschnickel.
because Jim
Oh, yeah.
leaves in the middle.
Belschnickel.
And then number 1 for me is Snowball Fight.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Dwight beats
Jim.
Jim.
I've always like hated that scene. Just like any scene where like Jim
Gets hurt.
gets like like the koi pond one where everyone hates him.
Oh,
that-
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I've always like hated those because I'm like Jim.
Is Jim
You
your
have a special
Jim-
thing for Jim.
Yeah,
right?
for
Obviously.
Jim, man.
For
It's
Pam.
like
For Pam.
Wow, Pat, you're pretty protective towards
I
Jim.
am.
Kinda
Don't like
sus.
seeing him.
That's a good
Don't
solid
like
list
seeing
right
him
there.
get beat up.
That's fair. I don't like anyone get beat up.
Well,
Right.
I just feel like
Okay.
Dwight has a few moments where he's like
Yeah.
ahead of Jim.
Yes.
So this one it was like
yeah, good point.
Who
I
is
feel like you really got him there.
What about
Right.
the
He
mallard?
did.
Because
No.
he like
That
gets
one's
the
pretty
mallet
funny.
taken out, and then he actually has the pin in there.
Celine? Who is your favorite Office character?
Dwight.
Dwight.
I was thinking about it today and I was like, yeah, he just has made me laugh the most probably.
Okay. Where's
Yeah, so-
curious? Where's Pam on your list?
She's probably second or third.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Just because she's like the peacekeeper in the office. She
Mhm.
kind of helps everyone keep their heads on.
Do you guys not like Pam?
I like Pam.
Pam's all right. Pam's not my favorite.
She's not on my.
She's not
towards
my
the
top
top
five.
of the list.
She's not my top.
She's like top 6, top 7, maybe top 10. I don't know.
Top 10, not 10.
What do you think of like Jim and Pam's relationship? Like, how do you think Pam treats Jim?
Listen, there's
Uh,
issues on both sides.
very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
That is
It's
true.
definitely not the perfect relationship. So anyone that says I'm just looking for the Jim to my Pam, or like the opposite way, like that's not a perfect relationship.
I think
but-
it's
Well,
good
no
to show it,
relationship.
so then people don't get the idea.
no,
that this
I
is,
know.
Oh, relationships are perfect. Like, no, they're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
No relationship
Yeah.
is perfect.
That's a good. Yeah.
No, that is very true. But I also don't be looking at each other. But
Hey, Giuliano, be careful. She's not good at going through on things.
I said following through, and I did not mean with relationships.
You
So
didn't specify.
back off.
all right, Giuliano.
Everybody can calm down.
Giuliano, you do your list.
Just
Excuse my reach.
take command.
I don't necessarily have a list per se of like top 10 because I feel like in order for me to make a justifiable top 10 list, I would have to rewatch all the episodes and make
Mhm.
sure that I'm actually getting a legit top 10.
Agree.
So I have a list of episodes
agree.
that as I like watched, I thought were funny. I didn't watch all the episodes, so I'm probably missing some, but these are some that I like particularly liked. We'll go with starting off at like season 4, episode 9. I don't actually remember what the title is.
It's just,
But
for anyone that knows, you know.
yeah, for anyone that knows.
No, I'll look it up. Season 4, episode 9. You said
Yeah. It has where
that's
Andy-
the local ad.
that's the what?
The local ad. When the Scranton branch is asked to participate in a Dunder Mifflin ad, Michael seizes his chance to exhibit his creativity.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dwight explores the online world of Second Life.
Yeah, okay, let me say okay.
yeah.
So it's when Andy and like Dwight are talking, and I think Andy is like trying to get with Angela and stuff, and Andy's like, yeah, we like kissed, and she was like, oh D, and that's when Dwight and Andy are like, oh D, yeah, oh D.
They're both like
And then-
super excited for opposite reasons.
Yeah. And then like Dwight's second life is just so funny because Dwight like in his second life, I think he makes another second life or something.
He's the exact same. He's like, my life was so good, I wanted to make a second one, where I was also a paper salesman.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the episode where Dwight's like crying in the stairwell and Jim comes to comfort him, and then he like goes to give him a hug and
Jim's gone.
gone?
Is that the same? Is that the same episode?
No, I think that's the one where he's. What is he? He's fighting the human or the computer.
Oh
salesman.
yeah.
Are you
I
sure?
think
No,
that's
'cause-
the one, right?
No, I thought
No.
Dwight was in the depths of despair.
Yeah, because it's about Angela.
There's a
that
couple
he's-
times where
I don't think
Dwight
it's that
cries.
episode.
No.
I think
listen,
Dwight-
You've seen it through once, Celine. so-
The
No.
office.
There's a very specific moment that she's talking about.
Dwight crying is just so funny because he's like. It's also where they like film the commercial and stuff
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all that. So that's pretty funny too. But then we'll go to season 4, episode 12. I think it's the Deposition, where so in that episode, Jim and Daryl are having like a ping pong match, and then Kelly like talks a ton of smack and stuff to Pam,
No.
and then Pam finally is like had enough, So she like is like, okay, let's me and you go, and then they both like suck horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in that episode also Michael is talking to like the camera and stuff, and he's like talking because this is after the deposition where Jan pulls out his diary and stuff, and Michael's like, you expect to get screwed by your company, not by your girlfriend.
That was I totally forgot about that because like they're going through his like journal or whatever, and then he's like XO, like reading in front of it.
He's like, more tomorrow,
Yeah.
XO.
Love Michael.
Or like he's like trying to get out and trying to go to the bathroom, and then
Oh yeah, read it. That was not to get out of that was not to go to the bathroom. That was to get out of a question. I actually have to go now.
Yeah.
And then that's what she said. They're like, read it back, and she's like, well, butchered the delivery.
Yeah,
And
that's so
then they're talking
funny.
about Ryan or whatever. He's like,
Who's this Ryan girl? And like Toby's
Hot.
laughing.
But in a different way.
Or yeah.
Gosh.
So funny.
And then they're like, let's make 11 copies of the journal. And Toby's like, can I have one? And he's like, make it 12. And Michael's just so mad that. And then also when he pushes his tray of food off. Good episode.
Yeah. At the end of that episode, actually, it shows like Dwight and Mose just like at the end going ham on the ping pong table,
Oh,
just
yeah.
hitting it back and forth. So I thought that was pretty funny too.
Okay.
But then let's see. I also have on my list the Injury season 2 episode
Okay.
12. That
That's
was a good one.
That was just
Yeah,
classic.
a good one. And then also Threat Level Midnight. And then there's for obvious. Actually, I'll wait for this last one. Okay, and then let's do the season 3 episode 11. I think that's Benihana Christmas. And then so the 2 Asian girls that they bring
yeah,
in.
and he like marks them.
Fun fact I noticed while watching it.
Yeah.
They're 2 different girls than were in the restaurant. 2 different waitresses. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
They're not. It's not the same.
Yeah, I know.
Like
You didn't realize that when you were.
no, I
Yeah,
watched
you
it.
didn't know that right from the start, Giuliano, you fool.
Well, I
Gosh,
mean, it's
dude.
not
No.
the waitress that was helping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the waitress they were flirting with the whole time they were
Yeah.
eating.
Yeah, and the one
Not
that they
the same.
invited to the party is
Right.
not
yeah,
the same.
I know.
Okay,
Shut
well,
up, Gianluca. No,
No,
you didn't.
I'm not.
My
I really know.
God.
I
Don't wanna
no,
talk about it.
Again, hold on. no.
Guys, you read a
Giuliano?
magazine, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Good. No.
Hey, thank you,
Why?
Pat.
Hold
Thank
on.
you
But
for.
why are you
got you.
saying? Why are you saying that like it's like a crazy?
Because they're flirting with her all of dinner. Then they invite her to the party, and they leave with a
I
completely
know. But
different
why would
woman.
that be? Why am I ruining it if I did know that they like? The very first time I watched it, I didn't know that. The second
he thought
couple.
he was
Yeah.
the only one who knew.
You're ruining Giuliano's moment.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
No, it's
Thanks,
a good
guys.
because they like that's the one who they invite.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah.
And so in your brain, you're like, oh yeah, that she eventually did come with them, but it's
Uh-huh.
like
But it's just
it's a completely different
yeah.
girl.
like both of them.
And
are
both of
different
them,
too,
yeah.
So I thought that was funny. John Lucas.
I thought it was funny,
so
too.
it's okay.
You told me that, and I was like, wait, really? And we talked about it for a bit, and we reminisced on times.
Thank you, Pat. You know that's why you're my
Yeah,
roommate.
well, I already knew that, Pat.
Jordan, out of my apartment right now. You're never allowed back in.
Anyway, and
Find
like
another
the,
producer.
one of the
No,
Asian
no.
girls that they bring in like steals the bike, or not steals, but like Michael like is like, you can have the bike and stuff,
Yeah.
and she takes it when she leaves. Oh, that was so funny too.
Probably sold it anyway.
Didn't it have a broken pedal too?
I think the tires are just worn,
Right.
but
Yeah, everyone's like giving
Because he
nice
brings he
stuff to
bikes
the
it in.
drive.
He's like, "You're supposed to bring a new gift." And he's
Yeah.
like, looks a little used or whatever.
yeah.
And then he's like, you can have it if you want. And she just leaves with it.
Yeah. So another episode was Diversity Day. That one was pretty good. I liked when they were all like having this stuff on their foreheads and talking to each other and like making up stereotypes or whatever. And stuff that was always kind of funny to me.
What does Michael say to Kelly?
It's a cookie.
Oh, give me a cookie.
Yeah,
they get slapped.
It's also weird to look back at the like season 1 and 2, and like Kelly's a whole different character because she's not super talkative,
Yeah.
or whatever. And then she starts
true.
like talking a lot in season 3 and onward or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think Kevin has a different voice.
Yeah,
in
his
season
voice
1.
Yes.
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's after season 2.
Yeah, he hits puberty.
Finally.
Which I also noticed. Side note for Brooklyn Nine-Nine in
Mhm.
season 1, Rosa. I think like the first couple.
Very
episodes,
much changes.
Very
Yeah.
yeah. She has a high. She starts out with a high pitched voice and then does
Who?
the low.
Rosa.
Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
Rosa Diaz. Rosa.
yeah. Anyway, that's what Brooklyn.
You guys wouldn't understand.
Different show.
No, different show.
Yeah,
Different.
you can
state.
talk about that on that podcast. Anyway, season 1, episode 5, the basketball one.
That's a good one.
That one I liked
That's
because it's just the basketball game
It's
and
a
stuff.
banger.
Even the deleted scenes on that one are hilarious.
Oh yeah, and like Jim trying to impress Pam and all that. Like that's funny to see. And then like Michael unleashes his Michael Jordan skills. But it's so funny when he just like misses. He's like, "Why am I like this?"
Well, and
I
I just saw a clip like yesterday. He like bats the ball to Stanley and he like watches how he dribbles and he's like, "Are you kidding me?" Because he like picked him on his team just because he's black.
It's so funny.
You could have had Kevin. He's a
just
baller too.
Have you guys seen the deleted scene where he like makes the full court shot and
Yeah.
then everyone just pauses and looks at him and he's like, "Yeah."
No, I haven't.
That's pretty good.
That sounds pretty funny.
No,
If you go to Peacock, they have how they have all those like deleted.
Oh yeah.
That's like the extended footage, I think, or something. I think they have it on there or deleted scenes.
Yeah, something. I'll say this and then I'll say another episode. But so there's one line that I think is like one of the funniest lines in the entire show, and it's when Daryl is trying to sell Kevin the cookies, and Daryl gives like Kevin the paper or whatever, and Kevin scratches it and like sniffs it, and Daryl's like, "It's not a scratch and sniff," and Kevin goes, "Yeah, but sometimes you still get a little." It's like, what? No, you don't.
just imagining like
I think that's one of the funniest.
That
lines
one
in
is
the
hilarious.
I just saw that the other day.
entire show, but yeah. So, and then for my last episode that I don't want to say I like the most because it like is probably everybody's favorite, and I saw this one meme and it was like, this episode has a fan base of its own, but it was the stress relief one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That episode is like, it's a banger. It has the
so much.
Dwight fire drill. It has the CPR on the dummy. It has the roast on Michael. It also
It's so good.
let's see. It has the Jack Black and the old lady
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
which is so gross.
Oh man,
Oh, I forgot about
that's
that.
a 2-part one too.
Yeah, it's
So-
a 2-part.
Is that a real movie or they filmed that for the show?
I think they filmed that for the show.
I wouldn't-
because I remember it's a guest starring. I saw it today when I was
Yeah.
looking at episodes. It's a
Okay.
guest starring
Jack Black.
Jack Black, Jessica Alba.
Not that I'm trying to watch it or anything.
It said, yeah.
What is the name of it they use?
I feel like
in
I
the-
heard that somewhere too. That it was.
Yeah.
I was reading a summary of it, and it was saying something like the reason why it was so popular also is because it aired right after the Super Bowl, the Seahawk one where they lost the Steelers. It aired right after that. The 2-part episode aired right after that Super Bowl, so it drew in a bunch of audience members and
Dang.
stuff like that. So
That's pretty funny.
That episode is also when Creed messes up like his only job.
Oh.
Is
Oh,
that?
wait,
no,
no.
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
looking
no.
at completely something different.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Disregard all of
he
that.
does say he's like, you were in the parking lot earlier.
Yeah.
That's how I know.
It's that reminds me, like that whole CPR scene reminds me of the one where Michael is supposed to give the PowerPoint presentation when Ryan is his boss, and it's that whole like boom, 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 line after line when they're trying to
About whom?
figure, whom or whom,
yeah.
and it's just like that entire like 20 seconds is so good because it's just like it's so well written of just like involving everyone in the room, and just like Toby like backs him up and he's like, "Thank you," and then he's like, whoever's name is Toby,
Yeah,
why don't you
leave the,
slit your throat with the letter opener?
And he's like, Kelly at one point, it's like, Ryan used me as an object.
Just the whole thing is so
Oh my
good. I
God.
love that part.
No, that was a good one.
So, wait, Giuliano, is that your whole?
That's all I have. Yeah,
Okay.
but I want to say in that episode, the stress relief episode, it's so funny because Michael's like with the other managers. He's with like Dave Wallace and some other guy. I don't know. I guess he's a CEO. But Michael's like, "We're not mad. We're just disappointed." And David Wallace like, "No, we're mad."
No. Isn't that the part where he's like, take heed?
Yes,
Take heed
I
of it.
literally watched that today, and
So when he was doing that, because he was talking to
Had
Dwight
to-
and Michael, he like slowly scoots his chair over and
Shut
acts
down.
like he's one of them.
shove down.
He like looks outside and he's like, The city.
And then he's like, Dwight, we're not disappointed. We're not mad. We're just disappointed. He's like, no, we're mad. And that's also the same one where he's like, we spent $3,500 on that dummy. And Michael's like, $5,300 on a dummy? And he's like, what?
Oh, man. So good.
Love that.
That's a good. That is a really good episode.
It was good. Thank you.
Okay, good episodes. Jordan, or do you want me to go next, or do you want to go next?
I'll take it off. I'll take it
All
off.
right, you go next.
I'm gonna start at 10. I put Survivor Man.
Which one was that one?
If you don't know which one that
That's a
one
good
is,
one.
that's when when Michael goes out into the forest, like on like a day off.
Oh, yeah.
And Dwight like watches him the whole time, and he's like,
He has the sniper.
He's like, don't worry, the safety is like click off.
And then he's like, oh, no, it
he's
is.
like cutting his like sleeves and his like leg pants off. He's like, I'm gonna fashion it into like a hat, kind of gives me some refreshing.
Dwight's like, I told Michael I would leave him, but I will never.
Then he like tries to put the mushrooms in his mouth.
Michael.
Just comes running
Right,
from
at
so
the end of the
far.
episode, he's like sitting at his desk. He's like, I don't need to be in the wild. I have this freshly made desk made out of wood or whatever. And he's like, I don't need fresh air. And he's like, I have the fresh air of the AC or something like that.
So good. I also like the interaction at the end with Michael and Jim because Jim,
Oh, yeah.
on the other hand, is trying to do birthdays for like everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the end, I don't remember what they say to each other. But
But he's
I know
like, "That's
Jim
what she
does-
said."
Yeah, Jim does like a "That's what she said" joke. And
Yeah.
Michael's like, "Oh, that's so good."
I think
My
it's
young
when-
ward.
It's when like Jim is telling Michael that he tried making everybody's birthdays one, and
Yeah.
Michael's like, "Oh yeah, I tried that."
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Number 9, I put basketball. I think
Okay.
Giuliano did a good job going over that. Number 8, I did Fun Run. I think a
that's a
lot of
good
2-part episodes are really
Yes.
good.
Right.
I have the
So-
same thought today.
So Jordan and I prefaced, I guess we should preface it now. We decided to like combine the 2-part episodes like
Yeah.
to one spot on our list.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just,
So-
it's all one episode. So Fun Run's the one where he hits Meredith at the beginning of his car.
Oh shit.
And
So
I just-
sue me. Don't.
I just love his
actually.
face as they're hissing. He's like,
Yeah. The best opening for a season.
Yeah.
The opening of the season.
Actually, I was gonna say I think the best openings in season 7 when they like do the lip sync. And he's like, no,
Yeah.
no. And
Oh,
they
that's a
go
good
into
one, too.
That one's really good.
but then he like he goes out to the office after the opening. He goes, so Meredith got hit by a car.
She didn't make.
She didn't make it. Yeah.
And then what does he say after that? He's
They're
like,
like, "How come you know so much,
Yeah.
Michael?" Because I was in
luckily
the
I
car.
was
Look, I was
able to act
actually-
so quick.
I was in the car that hit her.
And then he's like, Jim's like, who was driving?
Oh, and then he's like, somebody gets hit by a car, and it's not even one of the popular ones or whatever. One that's sitting on the freaking table or whatever.
And tries to raise money for rabies.
And then they spend like of their $500, they spend $200 of it on the check,
And then
like
give the
making
rest-
the big.
And they go
check.
to the stripper for the
stripper. Oh man.
I love how Michael tries to turn every situation around to make it about himself.
Oh.
Yep.
Like he always.
But that's probably why
manages to
people,
do that.
so many people find him cringy. Too. Like I can see when people say they like find him annoying or cringy, like they're not necessarily wrong when they're saying that. There's just
No.
like a certain type of like humor. Like if obviously we know it's fake, so like that's why we find
Right.
it funny. Like if we were in
Yeah.
that situation, obviously we would find it annoying. Or
Yes.
like,
Yeah, for sure.
So
It's TV, guys.
that episode also is the beginning of confirmed in the show, the beginning of Jim and Pam's relationship, kind of.
Oh, that's right.
So
Towards the end when they get
Right,
this
yeah. when they get caught too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And Kevin's like guessing it the whole time, and he's like, "Oh, maybe I'm wrong."
I knew it.
Number 7, I put the delivery. So this is Jim. This is Pam giving birth
Right.
the whole time. So
Mhm.
there's 2 episodes for that one as well. I just love the like all the office people trying to help her, and like even like when they get together, and Pam's like, and they're like trying to find ideas how to like make it last longer
Reverse.
before she like has to give birth, and Kevin's like, stick spicy food up your butt.
Is that the same episode? Is it the first time through the second pregnancy when Stanley's like, and shove it up your butt or whatever?
I think it's the second one.
The second
No,
one?
no,
Okay.
wait. I think it's the first one.
Okay.
I think it's the first one. I think you're right. I think it's the first one. I put number 6. I put Casino Night.
Okay, that's a really
Solid
good
episode.
one.
Yeah, got a good ending to it. You know, it's a little bit of drama, guys.
Especially,
Drama.
yes.
Super cringy between both of Michael's lovers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was
Wait, what does he say?
hilarious.
He's like,
Two queens on
Uh,
casino
like-
night.
he's like,
I'm going
when-
to drop a deuce on everybody.
Yes. And then Dwight comes up to, or Jan walks through it, and then Dwight goes up to Michael. He's like, Land Jefferson.
Like as he's talking to
Who's the one who bets all? Or it's Kevin. Who's like,
Kevin.
I'm really good at poker.
Yeah.
And then like bets everything, goes all in, and loses everything
Loses
immediately.
I'm horrible.
That's also when Creed goes around stealing chips.
Oh,
Just
right.
he's like, hey, look over there, and he's like, what is this quote? He's like, I love stealing.
love stealing
I've been stealing forever.
And
then-
then when he goes up to get his award, he shakes all
Yeah,
out of his
he's all
sleeves.
just out of his sleeve.
Wins a mini
so funny.
fridge.
I love how like whenever Kevin like gambles in an episode, he always has those like glasses on, the
Oh, yeah,
smaller
like-
glasses and stuff. It's so funny.
Number 5, Goodbye Michael, and I think we were talking about it because I think it's kind of 2 parts.
right.
You're
Yeah.
gonna put it's the last Dundies,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then this one together,
Right.
just to make it as one
Easier,
episode. I
yeah.
think I'd make it easier.
Why is that one of your favorites?
Storage full, Jordan.
What? On mine?
Yeah.
How does that make any sense?
Jordan.
I literally don't have any videos on there.
Jordan literally doesn't have any videos on there.
How long was it not recording?
I don't know. I just noticed.
Oh my gosh.
I checked at 30
literally
minutes.
talked
I
about
checked
this
at
before we
30 minutes,
started.
and it was both. They were both recording.
6
Okay,
minutes.
so-
Sorry, T, I'm new here.
Well, it's only been 6 minutes, so.
It says 34 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, 2 minutes.
So they caught it pretty quick.
I don't know how I'm out of storage though.
Look at all that glass.
We'll check it
I
out.
see it.
Shattered.
All right.
He's the camera quality is gonna be different, and people are gonna be like, "Hey, he's pixelated now."
Crap your camera. What the heck?
Just kidding.
Did you wipe it?
Yeah.
All right. Where were you? Continue, Jordan.
Where was I? Oh, right. I said Goodbye Michael. You asked me why that was my favorite, or that's why it's on my list.
Yes.
I like episode. I mean, it's a sad episode because you got to see Michael leave for the last time.
Right.
But it's nice seeing him interact with everybody else and seeing him interact one last time before he leaves. And
Also, Will
Yeah.
Ferrell's in it, and he's pretty funny.
Well-
like, I love Will Ferrell's
Yeah.
character in The Office.
I
I
do.
can't tell if he's dumber than Michael though. Like, is he supposed to be more dumb?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think he is. No, he definitely is more dumb, or like on the same level. but
Because
that's why it's-
Michael even thinks he's dumb at parts.
right?
Yeah.
But that's why it's so like Michael. The way he does stuff, like he has a purpose to it, whereas D'Angelo, it's just like I don't know.
Is
like,
just
he's, like when he's throwing the
dumb.
imaginary.
Oh my.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny. I think that's my favorite scene with D'Angelo, or when he tries to dunk it.
Yeah, then he gets
And then he
hurt.
dies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, dies. No, I really like. I like Will Ferrell in
Yeah.
The Office, so I think he's just hilarious. So like that whole interaction with Michael and the cast in general is like pretty fun.
Like especially at the end when they're all singing to him.
Yes,
which
when
is
they're also
really awesome.
the 9,986,000.
Wasn't that?
Yeah, I can agree. That's a pretty
I don't think
good episode.
Michael knew that was coming. Like when they actually.
No, when they
recorded
actually
that.
recorded that,
No,
he did
definitely-
not know it was
definitely
coming,
did
which is like that's also like it's a genuine like reaction.
Yeah.
Or like when him and Jim are talking at the end.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
last time they get to talk to each
Mhm.
other. So
And they're, like, actually crying.
Like that's legit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys cry
To The
All time.
Office?
to that episode?
I don't think I cried at any of The
I don't
Office
know if I
episodes.
cried to that one. Probably did.
What?
Honestly, I probably did. If I'm being honest.
Have you cried to episodes?
Duh.
Which episodes have made you tear up? I guess
That one.
the
Goodbye,
one?
Michael.
Oh, okay.
D'Angelo
When
dies.
And
When Jim's saying goodbye.
Oh, what?
when D'Angelo enters the season.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then Pam is gone all day, and she like goes to the airport.
Oh yeah,
to
that's
say
a good
goodbye.
moment. That's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
And
moment.
like
that's
goes
a really good
through
part.
security
Yep.
to find him.
That's a really good moment too, especially because like he doesn't have the mic
Yep,
on
exactly.
him or whatever.
Yep.
It's like, what did she say? Yeah.
I think
Have
she kind
you-
of explains it. She just kind of went over like he's just really excited. To
Have
see.
you guys?
And it's like an
Yeah.
actual
Stuff like
goodbye
that.
of the show.
Yeah.
like.
Have you guys listened to? There's 2 podcasts, like Office type podcasts, and they're both from the cast members.
Yeah.
One is Kevin, the guy that plays Kevin, Brian Baumgartner, I think. He does a podcast. I think there's like 10 or 11 episodes, and it's all about like the making of The Office and like the behind the scenes and all that stuff. That's a really good podcast if you want to listen to more about The Office. Or there's also
Office Ladies.
The Office Ladies, and they literally do a deep dive into every episode, and I think they're still doing it just because there's so many. But those are really good, 2 really good Office episodes or Office podcasts, and I think Pam, I'm blanking on her name.
Jenna
actually.
Fisher.
Yeah, Jenna Fisher. She goes into like that whole scene where she says goodbye to Michael, like what she actually said and all
really?
that and stuff like that.
That
So.
now.
But no, yeah, definitely. Like if anyone's like super interested, definitely give those a listen because like if you want to learn more about the behind the scenes and all that, it's pretty interesting to see what actually happened and stuff like that. It gives you kind of a more complete picture. So.
I also love Kevin because he's a Green Bay fan.
Right. Yeah, he's a super hardcore Packers fan.
Okay, I just did Goodbye Michael. Number 4. This is a little more cringier than episode, but I really like it. Still like it. It's Dinner Party.
That one's really good. The
There's
bloopers
some-
make that so much better.
Yeah,
The
too.
bloopers make
Yes,
it really
that's a
good if
good
you
The
watch
TV.
Yeah, the TV one. I was watching that today, and it was making me laugh so hard.
And the whole like they're playing Pictionary.
Yes, and he was like,
Katie Holmes. No, but he's married to her.
yeah.
And then the next one, he's like, Tom Cruise. No, Jim.
Oh,
He just
Jim.
and it's like Angela is also on his team and she has no idea, and Jim's just messing with him.
That
It's
one
so
is actually
funny.
really.
It's a really.
cringy.
There's some cringy moments, but like it is a really funny episode.
Doesn't Dwight bring his like babysitter?
His baby
Yeah.
yeah, because he
That's
needed
super
a and they bring their own dinner and wine glasses.
Yeah.
like he said though.
And that's what Jan hasn't even started cooking. And she's like,
Right.
you know, Pam, in Italy or whatever, they don't start eating till 9 o'clock
Which
sometimes.
is very true.
Yeah.
No, there's also the famous song from her secretary,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Hunter. So
Oh gosh.
Cringy.
Yeah,
Cringe.
very.
Anyway.
Very cringe. Number 3, Branch Wars.
that one's pretty good.
This one is one of my favorites. Especially, I don't know, is it a blooper? I don't know if I want to
Oh,
I
no,
don't
like-
know if I want to say it on the mic. You know what?
You're not.
I'm going to say it
Do
on the
it.
mic.
No. Oh wait.
And Dwight goes, like, he's like peeing into a can, and then he's like, guys, I think I cut a chunk out of my penis.
yeah. And no.
Ew.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like,
Try not to crash because they're on the freeway.
yeah.
And like Michael keeps looking back.
He's like, you're making me.
sprained.
And then, Michael's like, try it. And then Jim's like, stop, you're driving. And he's like trying to hold the wheel while like, oh, what is
That
going on?
one is so
It's
funny.
just like when Jim's in the car and they're like trying to steal the printer and they're like talking over the mics,
Yeah.
or the walkie-talkies, and I don't know what happens. It's like they knock the printer. Or
They
they're
go
trying
down
to
the stairs.
copier
Oh,
goes
they're
down
trying
the
to-
stairs.
It's
Yeah.
pinned against my hip. No. One of the funny parts before that is when they're on their way, and then they grab Jim's phone wherever and they throw it out the window. They're like, "Ha, gotcha!" And then
And then he's like, that
Then
had
they
all
go
my
back.
brother's
Yeah.
baby pictures. I'm like, oh. And
like,
they go
oh. That one's pretty funny.
crushed.
Oh, and
That's
then
a good one.
Jim's like, I think I'm gonna get a cab home. And he's like, wait, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And they like open the trunk and they got like, I don't know what they got, like chalk or something like that.
No,
Or
they
something.
have warehouse uniforms.
Yeah,
Isn't it a Molotov or something?
Yeah.
that's what it
We've been
was.
driving around with this in the back the whole
Yeah.
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Oh, that's a solid episode. That's
Yeah,
a
that's
really
a
good
good one.
episode.
Just like that for Halloween a couple years ago.
That's a good costume. Number 2, I put Niagara.
That's really good.
It's a good episode.
So Jim and Pam's wedding, super good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super good.
That's a
Iconic.
good one.
Yeah, iconic.
It is.
Iconic.
All right.
Vintage.
Hey, vintage, iconic.
Vintonic. Whoa. Anyway, why would you not want to see Pam and Jim get married?
Right.
Yeah,
that's,
it's
That's like
awesome.
the whole pinnacle. Like the show is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
based around
Such a
not
lead up.
Other than
Such a
Michael, it's
build-up.
based around Jim and Pam's relationship.
The only real thing in that show.
Yeah. It's also just like a good like whole celebration of the show, and then like all the characters have a really funny moment.
Yeah.
Especially like when Andy like does the splits and like has the car keys.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, gross.
Oh, and then
Like
Kevin's
carries-
wearing like tissue boxes. For his shoes.
Oh yeah.
he has the wig on. Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher.
And it's the whole like walking down the aisle. They're all
Yes,
doing it
yes,
to
yes.
dance.
Mhm.
Like that video.
And I love that
So
song. Every time I
good.
think
Yeah.
of that song, I think of The Office.
Aren't they like 2 hours late?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they
'cause-
go to Niagara and get married, and then go to like
Right,
the.
she like rips her
wedding.
veil and then
Yep,
Jim
and he
cuts
cuts
his
his
tie.
tie. It's like, oh my
Like,
gosh, Jim, I love
Tearjerker.
you.
Oh my
gosh, Jim, that was so
I
sad.
hope my husband cuts his tie.
Nah, dude, that's weird. Husband?
From the women's point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna go to the next episode, guys, which is stress relief because it is
yeah.
a banger. Like Giuliano said, I think it's the best episode.
Yeah.
Did we mention this the
Period.
first time we went through it? Is that the whole boom roasted? That's part of it, right?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
aware of it. Yep.
It's really funny because like Michael, he goes and like feeds the birds in
Oh,
the
yeah.
park.
Yeah,
And there's
they
one
all
part
feed-
where he like throws bread and he's like caw caw. And it's like the
Whole
middle.
slices.
It's like the middle of winter too.
And then he walks back in. They all flew. What is it, like west?
Yeah, they all
Like,
flew.
They all flew
Someone
west.
didn't tell me all the birds flew west. And then he's also like sitting on the bench and says something about like
the man on the
Yeah,
moon.
he's like, "It's okay, I'm fine." And he's like,
He's like,
"No, I'm not."
He's like he has a big old telescope when he watches me or something.
Oh,
It's okay,
man.
I'm fine. No, I'm not.
I did a few honorable.
Okay, yeah, you got the honor
Uh,
mentions.
okay.
So I had the convicts, which is
That one's really good.
I just love when they're like trying to figure it out and opening the blinds, and Kevin goes, "What's his name? What's the
Yeah.
name? I don't know. Whatever his name is, he says it, and
Security
then
guy?
No.
No.
Not Hank.
It
It's
was
the
the guy
guy
from
the
Utica.
actual convict.
yeah,
the guy
and-
from Utica.
yeah, Kevin's like, what if it's that guy? Michael goes, "Oh, you racist!"
Just because he's
And then
black.
it turns out to be him. He's like, "Why does it always have to be the black guy?"
Yeah.
Or then when he like looks at Stanley, he's like pounds his chest or whatever.
So, and then that's the scene where he like does prison.
Martin
Mike.
Nash.
Yeah,
Martin Hash, yeah.
He's like, "Yo, it's prison Mike."
Oh man, one of the most iconic like meetings.
Mhm.
Meeting
Prison
and-
Mike is one of the.
Oh
Prison
my
Mike,
gosh,
don't
so
drop
good.
the soap. Don't drop the soap.
Ryan's like, come on, stop. Like hates it.
Number 12, Prince Family Paper.
That one.
If you don't know what that one is,
Love that
you
one.
need to watch it. Essentially, Michael has to scout out other places that kind of take their clients, and he
There's the small paper
he goes to
family.
this place and like friends him up, and gets all comfy with them, and like it's like looking for a job. I
And
remember,
and
He's like-
Dwight is like playing the part of like trying to get like be one of their customers.
Right.
They're
Right,
like teaming up or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, hello, sir." Like they
Yeah,
don't know each other.
Can I get a ride?
Yeah.
And at the end of I think it's like at the end of the episode, you like they call them and they're like crying over the phone because they're like, "We're out of business now,"
Yeah.
or whatever. It's so
Because it's
sad.
just
It's
like
so sad.
it's just a like 3 family members. It's like his dad.
I didn't realize they did that in the episode. Oh my
Yeah.
I'm
gosh.
pretty sure it's in the episode.
Yeah.
it is.
It's a voicemail. I
Yeah,
think. They're like,
yeah, voicemail.
unfortunately, we're out of business. We got bought out.
For
or-
all years, and they're like he's like crying while he's like doing the
Yeah.
voicemail. I was
It's
like,
really
that is
bad.
so
Not
sad.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
But then we're like laughing.
that much funnier though.
No. There's also the part where he's like, he says something about Vietnam, and then Michael's like, "Oh, I heard it's lovely this time."
He was trying to do the math
yeah,
for
the math.
the kid too. It just
And
Oh,
he goes like,
walks
no,
away
no,
and
don't
says,
do
"No,
that.
don't do that."
What's the X? What's that doing there? Just scribble that out. The small 2 or whatever. Oh man.
I think before they even go inside the store or whatever, they're just talking the most crap about him. Like, man, stupid Prince Family Paper, and they're just the nicest,
Yeah.
sweetest
Right,
people.
And then he tries to leave, and his bumper
Yep.
comes off.
Yeah.
Oh
And they
yeah.
help
Oh
him
my
fix it and
gosh.
give him like hot
Yeah.
chocolate. I know it was like hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And it's Dwight
Like,
and
okay,
Michael are
goodbye.
like, yeah, let's get out of here.
No, you really don't have to help us.
Anyway.
I put the injury on there too, but we already went over that.
What was it?
The injury.
Oh.
That one's good.
And then I put the Michael Scott Paper Company, which I think is the second episode of that one,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like a 4-part series.
4.
Right.
And then the last one is weight loss.
Wait, that's pretty good. Especially because
Michael Klump. Anybody?
right. That
That's
one.
also that's when Jim proposes.
Jim proposes.
Mhm.
Holly's around. Is that also the same? Like the second episode is when Holly has to leave.
That's.
Or is
I
it
think
the
it's
episode after?
the episode after.
Okay, because it's sometime in the beginning of season 5.
I think it's the episode after.
Oh, that's when the first episode of that, Pam is on the scale and they're like, "No, you're leaving for New York." And then they like get off the scale and he's like, "Okay, new weight, whatever." And everyone's trying to figure out how much she weighs. And Kevin's like, "Pam, you weigh 200 pounds."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, I don't. Actually, not even close to 200. Like 215, but it's actually like 115 or
Right,
something."
right. No, I remember.
Pam, you weigh 200 pounds.
That's hilarious.
All right, I'll go through mine now. All right, number 10, I have the finale of like the whole series. I think that's a really good. I
That
think
is
it's a
a
pretty
good
good
episode.
finale.
So good.
There's also the time jump. You kind of catch up with everybody. You see Michael Scott again. Which the only disappointing part is he only has like 3 or 4 lines.
Yeah, I wish he was in it.
So I wish
One
he
of
had.
them is. That's what she said.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Michael, you came.
yeah. So that's it. I wish he had more. That's the only part I wish that he had more is that he had more lines. Other than that, I do want to mention this because it's one of my favorite Office moments when Andy. It's not in this episode, but when Andy sings the song, he's like, "I will remember you." That whole part when he gets cast out of the office and then he comes back and like
Sing
does
it
an
for us.
actual song.
Sing it for us right now,
No.
please. Just the
I
one line.
will remember you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That was really good. Anyway,
That the.
Arms episode, I think.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
I think that's
Andy.
well,
Andy's
so he
quote.
says. I think he says that in the finale. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, he does.
Somewhere. Okay.
He does.
But the singing of the song takes place in an episode earlier.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's also a couple of episodes earlier when he tries out for that singing show or whatever, and Aaron Rodgers is one of the judges.
Oh yeah.
So that was pretty good. Okay, number 9, I have Beach Games, which
solid,
Mhm.
solid.
that one's a really good one. We talked a little bit about it. Pam confesses her love for Jim.
Yeah.
Then she does like
Walks
the
across
coal
the coal
walks, and then Dwight tries doing it, and he like falls on his forehead.
yeah.
Help him, Michael! Help him!
Oh, it smells so bad.
yeah. That one's also just fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. And then like, what else just happens? Andy's like floating on the.
Help! I was with the group called Dunder Mifflin.
Yes, that one's good. Okay, number 8, Booze Cruise. That one's
That
so.
was pretty
That one's
funny.
pretty good. When Michael's like, "I'm king of the world" or whatever.
I
And
almost
then-
put that on mine.
That's
said
that goes down as one of my cringiest moments when he like is trying to make the announcements or whatever, when the captain of the boat is talking and he tries to like
Make the announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty cringy.
Leave a 5-star review and tell us if you skip the episodes that you think is cringy or
Yeah.
not. If you
I
like
hate
actually
watching them.
watch it.
Right.
Scott's Tots. Skip it. I hate it.
Scott's
Yep.
Tots.
But like some of the cringiest moments that we brought up, like dinner party, I don't like. That's cringy, but it's not one of those like
You
I need to
sk-
skip.
yeah.
I think it's
'Cause you
so
just-
funny.
Right, because you think about the bloopers.
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Think about the episode.
Just
I
like
think-
it's cringy, but
Yeah.
it's so funny.
It's a
But
good
like the
episode.
Scott's Tots is so cringy that it's just like this isn't funny. It's just so
I
hard to watch.
It's
So
cringy, but I think it's
It's
hilarious.
so-
I love watching.
Oh,
that.
I
No, you want to know
hate
a
it.
cringy moment is when Erin has like freaking out in the restaurant and she's like rubbing her hair everywhere or whatever. And like it's
Is
the
that one of
Secretary's
the-
Day.
Yeah.
It's the Secretary's Day when they're like eating lunch and then she's like
Oh yeah.
thinking about she just found out about Andy and
Andy.
Angela
Yeah.
and then she's like thinking about it and she's like and she like throwing her
Freaks
everywhere. And
out.
Michael's like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Like this is a moment also where like Michael's just like actually being normal for
Genuine.
once. Yeah,
Yeah.
genuine.
I think Erin's just cringy in general.
She is super cringy.
You're cringy.
I was gonna say, who do you think is the cringiest
Rude.
character? Well, Michael, right? Would it be Michael?
Michael,
Would it be like
yes.
Gabe or like
Gabe's
Aaron?
pretty cringy.
Robert,
Gabe's-
California.
Robert California?
He's just messed up.
No, he's right. Yeah,
I
he's just more
hate-
messed up.
Robert
Michael,
California.
Jan. Yeah, there's a few cringy
Okay.
people in there.
No, I was just kinda
Joe,
curious.
what's her name? Her dogs. I
Joe
don't like
Bennett.
them.
The dogs.
'Cause they liked Andy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Okay, booze. Okay, so Booze Cruise 7. I have the company picnic, so like the whole volleyball game,
Oh, that one was a fun one.
which I really.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, I wish they would have finished it because I
Yes.
hated. What did we? Who was his name? Idris Elba's character.
Charles.
Charles
Minor.
Minor.
Hardly know her.
I hardly know her. No,
Yeah.
because we said that was our like second favorite or second hated character,
Yes.
right? Gosh, I wanted them to finish that
Yeah.
volleyball game.
That's when Jim and Pam find out they're
They're
pregnant.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's a really fun one, and that's also when Michael and Holly do like their whole thing on stage, and they tell everybody in front of everybody that their company is like
Going bankrupt.
That's a cringy moment.
They're shutting down a branch.
Yep.
A kid just came up to me and asked me, "Are my parents gonna have a job by Christmas or something like that?"
Yeah.
Tell them no.
No, that was a good part. Okay, number 6, I have Goodbye, Michael. We already talked about that one. That one's really good, especially the singing at the end. 5, I have Murder, which is when they do the whole murder in Savannah.
There's
That
a
one was
murder
pretty
in
There's a-
Savannah.
There's also another part in that episode which we were playing the scene today, or Jordan. I was playing the scene for Jordan today, and he's like he's talking to the lady on the phone, and what's his like voice? He's like, "Oh my gosh," or something like that. It's totally hilarious.
Hilarious.
That part's so funny.
The way he says hilarious.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
And then he like goes to the bathroom afterwards. He's like, and then Kevin's like, "Michael, did you throw up in here?" He's like, "Crazy world.
It smells.
Just pooping. You know how I feel."
You know how I...
No, when what's his name? When Oscar tries to like have the voice and he's like,
"What?"
Yeah.
I
And
just
then
Oh no, you continue, Celine.
Creed walks in and Michael's like, "There's been a murder," and Creed's like, "Well, I'm just gonna go settle in," and he runs.
He just drives away. No, I just remembered a totally completely different episode. A moment, at least. It was like when Stanley cheats on his wife or whatever, and then like Michael accidentally calls her, and he's talking to her on the phone. He's like, "What did she say?"
calls
like,
her by the wrong name.
Yeah, but what's it? I can't remember
Cynthia?
her name. Yeah, Cynthia. He's like, "Oh, hey, Cynthia," and he just stops, completely stops. And everyone just like looks at him, and then he like continues, like, "Oh, sorry, Cynthia." And does it again.
God.
So funny. I like die laughing every time.
Oh my god.
Oh,
How
man.
is he so stupid? And yet he's a genius.
Anyway,
Best salesman ever.
That was a different episode, but
Good
okay.
gracious.
So 5 was Murder. 4, dinner party. We talked about. 3, stress relief. Also really good. 2, I have Casino Night. I think that one's also underrated. And then 1, I have Niagara. So kind of similar top 5, just in different order.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you didn't have Murder on there.
No, I did not have murder.
So
Murder in
Uh,
Savannah.
I like the end when they're all like pointing guns at each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you'll never get
out for this.
that part's really good too.
Get hands
Keys
in
out of
there
my,
too.
get the keys.
Oh,
Start the car.
Jim's just like, okay.
Pat, you didn't make a list, correct?
I made a list. I
Alright.
didn't rank top
Rank it.
10.
Okay, but you just made a list.
You can
Oh,
wait
hold
till
on,
I reveal
actually.
them.
Before I give you yours, I have some honorable mentions.
All right.
Safety training is really good when they like drop the watermelon off the.
Oh yeah.
Find out if it's staying in his car. If it is, like, it says something about a hate crime.
Yeah.
That's the first scene I ever saw out of The Office.
Really?
Because I was at my brother's buddy's house and he was showing us, and that was the first thing I've ever seen.
That's also, they do the whole rehearsal. Dwight, where are the warehouse guys? I thought you didn't need them for this. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
And then they started, Dwight, you ignorant slut. And Jim's like, I thought the second one, they really found their groove.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, my favorite part.
that one's a really good one.
And then,
And then they
Pam,
realize that he's actually about to jump.
yeah. And then Pam's like, I have a present. And then Dwight, find out what it is. No present. And she's like, Dwight, come on. And then he's like, okay, Pam, I'm coming down to get my present.
I saved a life today.
Which one is the one where he does the like zip line and tries to ride across on the bike with the printer?
Dwight,
That was,
Yeah,
yeah, that was season
Dwight
9.
does that.
Oh yeah.
Season 9?
That was season 9.
Oh god.
That was after the tight rope.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I think what's it? Dwight Jr. like went up and-
Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the slack line.
Yep. And then so Dwight's like,
Dwight
I'm gonna
is
go
dead.
on this.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
put some, what does he put some printers? Or
He
routers?
puts a printer under it to weigh it.
Yeah, and
to
he, like,
offset it, and it doesn't do anything.
It flips upside down.
Okay. And next I have customer survey, which is the one where
Oh my
Dwight
gosh.
and Jim both get bad reviews,
Bill
and then they have to do the whole like fake interview or like thing over the phone. And he's like, "Butt liquor, our prices have never been lower."
That one is.
That's one of my
really good.
favorite scenes ever.
That's, yeah.
And then Michael's
Same.
like, "Wait, He's like, it's $1 million sale.
Yeah.
Fire
What
the
app?
salesman
That scene is probably one of the greatest.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I love like
one of
Michael's-
my favorites.
I love Michael's reaction after he gets the sale.
Yeah.
And Dwight's even like, "You are the greatest."
You are the greatest one. He's like, but you have to fire the salesman that treated me so horribly.
Man.
It's $1 million.
Michael, please.
Michael, please. So that one's really good too.
One of the best.
Next, and then I have Frame Toby, Prince Family Paper. Company Picnic. I forgot to take out. Secret Santa. I think that one's really good.
Yep.
I do have Andy's Play on here. Because were you guys saying before we started recording that was cringy?
I didn't say cringy. It's just
I don't
not one of
think-
my
I said
favorites,
it's
but then I
cringy.
remember there are some really good parts to that
Right.
episode.
The wine bottle.
And then I do have.
rolling and rolling.
There's the balloons too.
Oh, yeah.
It starts popping.
Who brings the balloons?
Oh,
And then they
it's-
accidentally let them go.
It's definitely one of the cast.
Oh.
Or not the cast, but like one of the office people.
Yeah, it is. Kevin? I don't know.
Maybe.
Was Michael not the one who brought the balloons?
I
It
thought
might have
was
been
Might have
Michael.
been. Okay.
Yeah.
It had
That's
to be
also when Jim and Pam hire Aaron to babysit.
Yeah.
And then
she
she
brings
shows
the
up,
baby.
Yeah.
and they're like, man, that sounds like Celia. And then
Oh yeah. And like, holy crap, it is. One of the other ones we haven't talked about that I have on mine is Business Trip. So when Michael goes to Canada,
Oh, yep.
and then it's Oscar and Andy, and that was pretty funny. That whole thing.
he's on the plane.
Oh
he
yeah, then he gets
brings
his
egg
leg right
salad.
into-
Yeah.
Oh, he's
he's like,
he's like turning around talking with the blindfold over his eyes or whatever.
Oscar brings the egg salad, I think.
Yeah,
you
he's
brought
like,
that on
you
a
could
plane.
have brought something more stinky.
And then the lady's like, "We don't serve
Yeah.
meals on a 2-hour flight."
Turns around, he's like, can I have some of that?
Oh man. Okay, so anyway, that's all I have for the honorable mentions though. So Pat, you can
Okay. I wrote down, how many did I write down? Like 4 through. Well, I have 3 and I have a bunch of notes on them because
that's
I
fine.
wanted to like really go into them.
Okay.
First one, stress relief,
Mm-hmm.
specifically part 1. But yeah, the whole fire drill is how it opens, and then the CPR training. That's also where we get Michael's quote. I knew exactly what to do, but in a much more real sense, I had no idea what to do.
Yes.
And then he's like, Michael gets down to do the CPR or whatever, and he's like, if we come across somebody with no arms and no legs, do we even bother resuscitating them? I mean, what kind of quality of life do we have there? And then Kevin's like, I would want to exist with no legs. And he's like, yeah, but what about no arms? No arms and no legs is basically how you exist, Kevin.
Yes.
And he just looks blankly at the camera.
And then they break out into the song too.
Yes. That whole scene is iconic. We talked about it.
That's
but yeah,
probably
that's
my favorite quote towards Kevin.
yes,
I
yes.
think.
No arms and no legs is basically how you exist, Kevin.
I think I use that one the most.
Yeah, I already said it cost us $3,500, and he's like $5,300 on a dummy.
Yeah.
No, it's so good. I like the. I think from that part, the whole heated
Yes.
head, like the
Take
whole
head,
interaction.
and then
He goes back like 2 minutes later to go like correct him.
yeah,
Take heed of.
Yeah.
and yeah, Michael Wallace is just David Wallace. Wow, is
Michael
just staring at him like he's like, what's wrong with both of these idiots? And then I wrote down Niagara Falls. Michael writes on the back of his car, going to a wedding.
Oh yeah.
Aren't you supposed to do that for our?
Yeah, and then
Nope.
it's like, nope, it's good. And then he drives with Dwight there, and they put the cans of pop on the back, but they're full. So as soon as he starts
They're
driving,
spraying away.
they're exploding and just hitting cars as
Yes,
they're driving by.
that was so funny.
And then that's also, they open and they're driving, and Michael has the sunglasses, and he's like, whoa, I fell asleep there.
Yes,
These
I
glasses
remember.
are so dark.
Yeah. And then Dwight also makes a CD for him because in case he meets any ladies.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, that was
That
so
whole-
funny.
It's like narrating.
It's when he like wears the wolf shirt too.
Yeah.
Yes, he does wear it during
To
either
the
part 1 or
hotel.
part 2. Yeah.
What are you wearing?
And then Michael doesn't have a room, and so he like tries to ask everyone if he can sleep and stay in their room, and he asks Dwight, and Dwight's like, no, what if I meet someone? And then he like reverses it on him, and he's like, oh, this room's actually for you, Michael. And Michael's like, and then Dwight's like, oh, Michael, can I stay with you? He's like, no, because he's like, I would do the same for you. And then they
I remember
revert.
that. That was a good part.
Yeah. And then I wrote down Garage Sale, season 7, episode 19. That's the whole like Jim has the Professor Copperfield's Miracle Legumes.
Oh yeah.
And Dwight is like, he trades from a thumbtack all the way up to a telescope, and then eventually trades the telescope for
the bean.
He's like, yeah.
That was good.
That's also the one where Michael proposed to Holly, which is just like one of the coolest moments.
We're going to Colorado. He's like, all of us?
Yeah, we watched that today. I love that. The scene with all the candles and everything. That's just one of my favorites.
No, go ahead, Giuliano.
Sorry. Where like Holly almost proposes to Michael or whatever. It's like,
nope.
Like, no. I will not be proposed to in the break room.
And then he proposes to her in the room right next to the break room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say I like when he gets like the gasoline and he starts pouring all over the parking lot. Pam's like, "What are you doing?"
Then she's like, "Just wait here."
My hands are covered in gas. Do you mind lighting this for me?
Oh yeah.
And then he pulls out the ring and he's like, "Yeah, they say a 3-year salary."
Tim's like, "Holy,
is that real? Is that real?" Yeah, they say a 3-year salary. He's like, "No, they don't. 3 years."
God, that is crazy.
Yeah, and then I don't have notes on them, but just casino night, fun run, dinner party, which we all already talked about. So, yeah. What was the other one I had, and then I got rid of it? I don't remember. So
okay, I do have a list of top 25 best episodes of The Office.
I have one,
Okay.
one honorable mention.
Yes.
Garden Party.
That one's good.
yes.
PP Halpert.
Yes. I love that.
I love the scene where like Jim leaves,
Yeah,
like,
and then
towards
Costa
the guy.
That's one of my favorite.
Miss, would you not miss? Who's the best salesman in the office?
Mr. James.
Hey.
Love that part.
Oh, okay. Actually, I do have a couple other notes before I read this off this list. Which season do you guys think is the best?
Jeez.
If you're,
I would have to rewatch them
Let me
all.
go through my Wikipedia real quick.
I think it's season 5 probably because
That is the most
it's
watched.
season 5 or 6.
Season 5 is the most watched.
Really? Okay. Season 5 is the one that begins with Holly and then ends with the company picnic where Jim they get the announcement that they're pregnant or she's pregnant.
That's a good one. That is a good season.
So
Got the Michael Scott Paper Company.
it's got the golden ticket where like
that one's so cringy.
when Michael passes out like the 5 golden tickets or whatever, they all
Puts
go
them
to the
all
same
in
place.
one box. Or not,
No,
but it's just
one
all one
shipment.
shipment.
Yeah. That one also has the blood drive on it where like you don't see that
Mhm.
girl. They like
Oh, yeah.
The glove.
Valentine's Day, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Blood drive on Valentine's Day.
I like season 3 a lot too.
Season 3 is really good too. That's where I think it starts getting really good.
Yeah, Gay Witch Hunt.
That it starts off really good as well.
My whole
called you faggy.
I think that part's funny. I'm not the biggest fan of when Jim goes to not Utica.
It's
Yeah.
not Utica.
It needed to happen though, you know. Just
Yeah.
It really did. It ends with Beach James though, so that one's
Beach
good. I
James.
mean,
Did you know Joss Whedon and J.J. Abrams directed some episodes?
really?
Yeah, not even joking. Joss Whedon, I think, has directed multiple.
Well, Joss Whedon, not a very good guy.
Nope.
But
Not a fan.
Not
But
a
he
fan
did.
of
He did direct Branch Wars. So,
Oh, okay. I'm curious. Which one did J.J. Abrams direct?
that was Cocktails, which
I don't remember that one, but
I know at the end. I think that's when what's his name, Pam and Roy tries to beat up Jim.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the end of that episode.
And then the
or
pepper
whatever.
spray.
Oh yeah, pepper spray.
Or maybe
So
it's
that
the beginning?
for those who don't know, J.J. Abrams, he's the one that did the new Star Wars, right? The new trilogy.
Yes,
Star
he
Wars?
did the
Okay.
first movie, but he produced, I think,
Right.
all of them.
And Joss Whedon was the guy that did the first 2 Avenger movies.
And if you know who
Yeah.
Gracie Abrams is, J.J. Abrams is her dad.
And then a lot of episodes are obviously directed by some of the characters.
Yeah,
which is
and
kind of
written
cool.
too. All right, so I'm gonna read off this list. This is from IGN. I saved this list a long time ago, knowing we were gonna do this episode at some point. So, okay, so this has 25 episodes. So 25 Andy's Play, which I think who said that? Who said Andy's Play? Was that me? I think
Jordan.
I said that. No, I said that for an hour.
We talked about it earlier.
We did talk about it earlier.
Yes, sir.
24 Goodbye Michael. 23 was Threat Level Midnight.
Okay.
22 Boys and Girls. This one says midway through season 2, The Office divvied the cast up by gender and treat us to a double dose of terrible meetings. On the one hand, we got Jan Levinson. This is the one where they get Jan Levinson has the meeting with the girls, and then Michael goes down to the warehouse and has the meeting with the guys.
Wait, is that the one where they, or is that a different one? That he posts the picture of her?
Oh, that's a different one.
That's a different one? Okay.
This is the one where he's like, I don't see. He's like, I'm colorblind. Or whatever.
Oh man.
That's when they get the pizza.
Yeah, that's when they get the pizza. He's like, do black guys like pizza? He like looks at them and like, he's like, because they do.
Don't the guys try to form a union, or they want to like?
I think that is in that episode.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the meeting that Michael called just backfires on him.
Right,
Because
right.
they like go against him to form a union.
So I'm kind of curious. Surprised. In this one, they have 21. They have stress relief. I'm surprised it's really that far down.
Wow.
Oh,
Jeez.
wow.
So I don't trust IGN, guys.
Yeah, dude.
20 is Michael Scott Paper Company.
Ignorant gnomes.
This is the very first line from this one is it's Britney, bitch. That one. So that one's also really good.
Yeah, sorry, that's my job.
Beep.
It's a little late, Pat.
Sorry, I fell asleep.
Okay. Let's see. But what else was in that
I
one?
can't be on this podcast anymore.
So let's see.
Can't
So
associate.
19 is the return. So that's the one where when Andy comes back after going through the anger
Oh,
management,
yeah.
and he's like,
Oh gosh.
He says that the first time, and then he
Yuck.
also
I hate that.
Oh, he tries to go by a different name.
he goes with Andrew. He's like
Drew.
It's
It's
Drew
Drew now.
Yeah, it's Drew now.
Jim's like, I'm not gonna call you that. He's like, I can't control what you do. I can only control what I do. Drew. He's like, okay, Andy.
18 they have Niagara again. I'm
Wow.
surprised it's that low. 17 they have Garden Party. That one's
Straight
also.
fire.
I mean, that one. Yeah. That one's pretty good. Okay, his brother, by the way, isn't his brother played by somebody?
Josh Groban.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
Groban.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mhm. Also, did you know that one of the members of the a cappella group it's the talk show host, Stephen Colbert.
Oh,
Really?
That's right. Yeah, that's true.
It's
That's true.
Isn't he old?
something Broccoli. What's his name?
Broccoli Rob.
Broccoli Rob is played by Stephen
Probably
Colbert.
the dumbest name I've ever heard.
Oh, one of
Not
my
very
favorite
familiar.
moments is when Michael is walking through New York, and he like thinks he sees somebody famous, and then Conan
Oh,
O'Brien
yeah.
walks by or whatever. He's like, he was here.
Who does he think he saw? It
Who
was
does he
like
think-
Some girl.
Amy,
Yeah.
or
I don't remember who it was.
It's not Ellen.
No. 16. What are you looking that up, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll continue.
try.
16. Prince Family Paper. It's a good one. 15 is Golden Ticket.
Okay, wow.
14 is The Duel. So I believe this is the one where
Mm.
Andy and Dwight fight.
Tina
Yep.
Fey.
He gets pinned up against a
yeah.
car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is the one where Andy and Dwight fight. What else?
The Prius.
Right.
Dwight tries to run Andy over with his car.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then Michael runs at the very beginning of this episode. It's when Michael's like they're running past the speedometer, and then the car goes by. And he's like, "Woo! 31 miles per hour."
That is impossible.
13. They have a Benihana Christmas. That's the one you said, Giuliano, earlier, right?
Yes, sir.
Those are 12. The Gay Witch Hunt. Again, is the most awkward kiss ever.
Oh my gosh, it's cringy.
Yikes.
That's not the same episode where Jim sends Dwight the metal detector, right?
The gaydar.
Is that
Yeah, it
gaydar?
is.
It is.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
He's like beep at the end. He's like beep. He points it to himself. He's like beep beep beep.
Yeah. Okay. Because Jim's in at the other branch.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
that's so good.
11 is drug testing. So I believe this is the one when they find the joint and the.
Oh,
In the
I
parking
love when he's
lot.
arguing with like, or he's interviewing everybody. Interviews Creed, and Creed literally says cannabis.
Yeah.
And Dwight's like, no, it's not.
He's like, it's
He doesn't know what that
And then Jim's like, as it turns out, Dwight finding marijuana is actually worse than most people smoking it.
yeah. That one's good.
Good
And
line.
10 safety training, which we talked about. 9 was diversity day. Classic. 8 is job fair. When Michael, they have I think it's like Michael, Oscar, Daryl, and Pam. They go to Pam's old high school. I'm trying to think what happens in that. I'm gonna read this description.
I know there's that one kid who actually is interested.
Oh yeah, and then he's like, they call him the
Yes.
ugly like swan or whatever.
Yeah.
Turns out to be a beautiful duck. Or then who's also in that? Oh, Jerome Bettis is in there.
Oh right.
let's see. I'll read the synopsis just because I'm trying to remember what else is in there. It says, letting Michael Scott around young people has always resulted in some of the best/worst office moments. And job fair is second only to Scott's tots in terms of the damage done to our collective future. Armed with nothing but a single blank sheet of paper and an empty desk, the Scranton gang attempt to lure in unpaid interns by being frankly insulting to anyone showing interest. Meanwhile, on a golf outing, Jim tries, which is notable enough to be a plot point for someone. So that's the one where he goes golfing with the guy.
Andy has all the blisters.
Yeah, the blisters. And he's
putting
like,
lotion in the glove.
Yeah.
That's also, Michael says, I would never say this to her face, but she's a wonderful person and a gifted artist. And Ankar's like, why wouldn't you tell her that?
Yeah. Oh, man, I remember that. 7, Scott's Tots. It's all the way at 7.
Are you kidding
Hate
me
it.
right now? IG and what?
I think it's just like 'cause it's so cringy.
IG or like just GN, dude.
6 is the convention. So this is the one where Jim and the Stanford crew go to like
Stanford.
That's
the
actually a pretty underrated episode.
that one's really good. And then like he just hosting the party and the Michael
strobe
Michael
light.
yeah and they're like
Is that the same one where he tries lifting the fat dude on the table?
No,
that's
this
a
is the
few
one-
after.
So they go to like a conference thing and then what is Michael? He's like, oh, I love inside jokes.
I'd love to be part of one someday.
Or like the other part when
There's a couple quotable ones, like when Jan's like, "Wow, I underestimated
yeah,
you."
yeah.
and
He's
she
like,
goes,
next
"Well,
time you estimate me."
Maybe you should maybe you should estimate me.
I think that's a I saw something on I think Facebook. It was like which Michael or which office quote are you or whatever. I think that was one of them. I was like, I think I resonate with that one the most.
My quote would probably be, "Why are you the way you are?"
Why are you the way that you? That's pretty good.
My
No
quote-
arms and no
my
legs
quote
is
would
basically
probably-
how you exist.
My quote when he's screaming at Toby coming back.
No. That was a pretty good one. Okay, let's see. So number 5 is launch party when they like, hold the kid hostage. or whatever.
Lunch party,
Lanch-
Kevin.
Gosh.
And then
Oh,
they
yeah.
hold the
The
yeah.
pizza delivery
Yeah,
guy.
the pizza delivery guy.
Yes.
I know that kid. He's what did he say? He like steals my.
Yeah, steals the beats.
No, he steals my hemp.
Yeah, and the guy's like, that's the guy that grows
crappy weed.
Number 4 is fun run.
Oh gosh, got a carbo load.
Gotta go. Yeah.
He's like,
He's
it
the-
looks like he's green by the end of the run.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, and then we didn't talk about this earlier, but Andy's like chafing. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So gross.
That's
He's like trying to catch wind behind Kevin too. He's like running behind him.
Kevin
runs
stops
into
and
Kevin.
he's like, "Ow, my nipples!" That's also when Dwight kills Angela's cat, and she's
Yes.
mad about that, and he
Yeah.
freezes it.
That's when like Angela really like starts to despise Dwight. Or not despise, but like she really doesn't like him. And then for the rest of, I feel like for the rest of the show, until like they end up getting back together and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just like
A
Yeah.
couple moments here and there.
yeah.
Number 3 is the Dundies. This is very
think it's
iconic.
season 2, right?
Yeah. This is I think the first or second episode,
Yep.
and that's the one where like Pam falls out of her seat and all that stuff. It's like, and then she's like,
I feel God
God
in
of
this
this Chili's tonight. Number 2 is the injury,
Really?
which I'm surprised is all the way too. And then, do you guys want to try guessing what number 1 is?
Would you already say
Is it a
dinner
Christmas episode?
Is it Niagara?
No,
No, but Niagara was
Party?
18.
Did you say dinner party already?
I have not said dinner party.
Okay, I'm gonna say
and
dinner party.
what'd
Women's
you say?
Appreciation.
No, number 1 is dinner party.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I'm actually surprised
yeah.
it's all the way at number 1, but it's really good,
Yes.
honestly.
It's one of the most memorable
But yeah,
full episodes.
Yeah.
I had something else. A couple other things I wanted to say.
You suck, IG.
Did you guys already like say your, not your favorite quote, because I know it's hard to pick one, but like a quote that you like a lot?
Wait, before we do that, I wanted to. This is the other one I thought of.
Oh, okay.
The Women's Appreciation episode. That's where Dwight says 2 quotes. The first one, he's like, they're all in the conference room, and he's like, man, if they stay in there too long, they're all gonna get on the same cycle, wreak havoc on our plumbing. Or wreak havoc.
I remember that part. That was so good.
And then-
isn't that the part where Michael takes them all out to like shop or whatever? And he's like talking to. He's like, Santa's gonna get you. Santa wants to get you some panties, little girl. To Angela or whatever.
And then, Dwight, I'm just going to read the quote. I wish I could menstruate. If I could menstruate, I wouldn't have to deal with idiotic calendars anymore. I'd just be able to count down from my previous cycle. Plus, I'd be more in tune with the moon and the tides.
Tag.
Just both of the quotes. Just
was so
so
funny.
You guys
good.
are missing out.
I don't think we are.
Are you sure about that?
I don't
I just
know.
found a couple more directors.
Wait, what episode does Kevin spill his famous chili?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just.
That's pretty
What is
good.
that one?
I'll
Pat,
look it
tell
up.
us.
I'll look it
Here,
up.
hold on.
I just watched the very beginning of that.
I looked up some quotes that I think we should talk about, or I think are funny. The one that I think also resonates with me is like, sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I
Yes.
just hope I find it
Yes.
along the way.
It's one of my favorites.
I've grown to not actually like that quote because everybody says it. Like everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
You just want to be different.
Yeah, I just want to be different. Man. I just
That's
wanna be
Well,
casual.
no,
different.
I like the part. I like what he's referencing too, though, because he's
Yeah.
saying like when he's telling David Wallace, and he's like, "Oh, what is he saying when he's talking?" But like what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Although to be fair, like all the Office quotes are kind of said a lot.
Definitely.
I know that one of my favorite ones is, "I'm not superstitious,
Yeah.
but I am a little stitious."
Oh no, one of my favorites is the "Would you rather be feared or loved?" And he's like, "Both." He's like, "I want people to be afraid of how much they love
Yes.
me." I love that one.
The one where Kevin spills his chili is Casual Friday.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good.
Okay, I just found a quote, and I don't even remember this one. But it's, no, I'm not going to tell them about the downsizing. If a patient has cancer, you don't tell them. That's Michael Scott.
That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
The worst thing about prison was the Dementors.
No, not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. That one's a good one. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. That one's really
That's a good
good.
scene.
That one's a really good
Yeah.
scene.
Is that a cold open?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
Here's a Stanley one I relate to. It's, if I don't have some cake soon, I might die.
Oh yeah.
I relate to that one quite a bit, actually.
Or,
On a daily basis.
or Dwight at the beginning of the stress relief, he's like, "Today, smoking is gonna save lives."
Yes. The fire's shooting at us.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. The fire is shooting at us. Or like they like, Michael like throws the thing out the window, and he's like, "Help!"
Yeah.
Help!
And then it's in the CPR scene that the window's boarded up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, another really good episode is when Stanley lashes out at Michael and he's like, "Did I stutter?" And he
Oh,
like blows
man.
up at him, and then Michael tries to get him to apologize, and Michael
Yeah.
ends up apologizing to him.
That's so funny. I like the one where anytime Stanley gets like mad and says something is so funny. Like
Yeah.
when he gets mad at Ryan, he's like, "Boy, have you lost your mind? Because I hope you find it."
That one's really good. Okay, I'll ask you guys this question. It's watching how often? Because I've watched the bloopers a lot. Have you watched the bloopers ever?
I've seen a few.
I've
Okay.
rewatched them.
I've been watching them sometimes. I'm like, I always think about like how hard would it be to get through a scene without laughing, especially with like I've seen them like they'll pause and like try to collect their thoughts and they're like and they start laughing again.
It'd be really hard. I mean, I'm assuming once you go over the scene enough, you kind of get it all out. but,
Eventually,
like,
you get it all out.
just imagine how long it takes to like make some of those episodes.
I
Right.
know, especially like
Just
dinner
the dinner
party.
party one. I
The
want to know
TV, just that one part.
I saw like the clip, and in it, Michael was like, "We're never gonna finish this
Yes,
episode." So I'm
yes.
assuming it took him a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like I always think about sometimes like how they recorded the episode when like they're driving or not, like because they also have to be driving but also be
Yeah.
a character
Mhm.
Yeah.
and pay attention to what they're doing and stuff like
I
that.
wonder if they ever got into like an accident or something.
Maybe.
A lot of movies they just like green screen,
Right.
but I think for The Office it was
They-
all real.
No, it was yeah because there definitely is some parts in the bloopers where you just can tell like
Yeah.
they're laughing and they're actually like driving, or like the part where they drive into the lake.
Yeah,
Or there's the one I know where Michael and Jan are in the car, and this is a blooper, and she's like, "I've been going the wrong way for the last half hour."
That's so funny.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about, or is that it?
Are there any Instagram questions?
No, there wasn't any Instagram. I will say I do remember one because I put out an Instagram thing, and it was actually from Dominique, and I asked what are people's favorite episodes, and she said stress relief, or I'm trying to remember the other. Dundies I think was the other one. So
Here's I don't remember what episode this is from, but you guys can probably remember. Kevin Malone says, "I got 6 numbers, one more, and it would have been a complete phone number."
that one's pretty good.
Oh my gosh, Michael Scott has so many like good quotes. I don't hate it. I just don't like it at all, and it's terrible.
Okay, all of his just in front of the camera talking, like if you pay just really close attention to what he's saying, they're all so funny because the way it just progresses, he like contradicts himself in the same.
So much.
It's so funny.
This one.
He's like, strike one, shame. He's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. No. He's like, strike one, shame on you.
He's like,
Strike.
fool me one. Or no, I
I'm
don't
so
know.
butchering this right now.
So I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
there's a quote that Michael's like, "Come on, guys, early worm gets the worm," and Jim is like, "Another worm? Like, are they friends?"
Oh no! I like the part where he's like, "Oh, Jim is like something about grapes," and he's like, "Tell him where you can put them," and he's like, "In the fridge." He's like, "No, Jim, not there."
Here, wait.
Oh, when they're
That's funny.
Fool me once, strike one. But fool me twice, strike three.
That's what I was trying to remember.
man.
Oh man, that's such a good one.
Kevin Malone. I want to be wine and dine and 69.
I'm eating pigs in a blanket. In a blanket.
I like Michael's quote where he's like, Guess what? I have flaws. What are they? Oh, I don't know. I sing in the shower. Sometimes I spend too much time volunteering. Occasionally, I'll hit somebody with my car. So sue me.
No, wait,
I
don't. And then
don't
he's
sue
like,
me.
don't sue me.
Oh, so good.
There's just an endless list.
There's
You
so,
could go
many.
on,
There's so
honestly.
many. I am Beyonce always.
I'm an early bird and I'm a night owl. So I'm wise and I have worms.
Did we already say this? Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked, but it's not like this compulsive need to be liked.
Like my need
Like
to be
my need
praised.
to be-
I know,
Just
Michael.
in that he like contradicts. Do I need to be liked? And then he
No.
says, I have to be liked. It's the same. I just love it.
Michael's one where he's like, I feel like all my kids grew up and then married married each other. It's
That's
every parent's dream.
Oh, love
That
it.
is the perfect way to end in the finale. That's why I wish he had more lines in the finale because, you know, it would have been nice because he leaves for so long and comes back. And
That quote reminds me of the one where he's showing them the video of when he was on the kids show. And he's like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish I had 100 friends so they could all be.
that's so sad.
I wish I had
so
100
sad.
kids so they could all be my friends and they can't say no. I'm butchering
That's a
that.
cringe moment right there. No, one of my favorite moments from the show is like when they bring their kids to school or whatever, and then Michael like has the genuine reaction with like Toby's kid, and like with their friends or
Yeah.
whatever.
Michael's good with kids.
Michael's good.
He's
And
Yeah.
then like
really
I think
good
at the end of
kids.
the episode it's like the Halloween or whatever, and they're actually like trick or treating, and he's like
Mhm.
opens the door and like opens the bag and spills all the candy everywhere. But
I got one more quote.
okay.
This is
Last quote.
between Toby and Michael. Toby's like, "Hey, Michael, I have an extra twin bed if you want." And Michael goes, "You're going to be sleeping by yourself for the rest of your life, so you should just get used to it."
Okay, I feel bad for Toby.
Yeah.
Just gets roasted.
Like every interaction was just him just being.
Okay,
put
but the
down to
one scene that
nothing.
gets me is when he's in the hospital bed and he's got the neck brace and he's like,
Yes.
second day in Costa Rica, fell off
Oh,
the zip line
yeah.
and broke my neck.
And he's like, I still haven't seen the beach.
so sad.
Yeah, but he also has one of the cringiest moments ever.
oh yeah,
when he puts
touches
his hand on Pam's
Pam's
leg.
leg. Yeah.
And I'm just like, and everyone's like,
he's like, well, I'm just gonna hop the fence and go home. And then you see him jump the fence and run away.
oh man.
I think besides that moment, the other cringiest moment is when like Jim and Pam are like tickling each other or whatever, and like
Oh,
Jim
yeah,
lifts
that's
Pam
so
up
cringe.
and like her
Like,
shirt comes up a
yeah.
little bit or whatever.
It's like, stop it.
Yeah, that's like that's the one that gets me. I'm just like, ew.
Wait, which? Explain it more.
This is when Michael and Dwight are fighting, like in the karate place or whatever.
Oh.
And then while they're waiting or whatever, like
Oh, yeah.
tickle fighting
Okay.
or just tickling,
a little flirt.
little flirt. Anyway, I think that wraps us up.
Why is this
for
website called
episode.
Scary?
Before you sign out,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't bring anything like Annie's action figure doll, but I
That's
did
fine.
bring stickers. So
Heck
Wow,
yeah!
Thanks so much. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh,
Thanks
wait.
so much.
False.
Wait, hold on, I can't. Wait, hold on. Let me see them.
you guys can.
Heck yeah!
These are good.
Stickers and Stanley stickers.
Oh, I
Definitely
want the
taking
Dwight one.
this gym one.
Let's show them to the YouTubes.
Oh, look
Oh,
at
yeah.
this
Oh,
one.
this one's so
Mm.
cool.
Wait,
Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Jimbo. Thank you, Celine, so much.
Yeah, I want to put
Oh
one
yeah,
on my
thanks for
laptop.
I
having
mean,
me,
it's not
guys.
JT, but like.
No,
it's
dude, this
just-
is like
No.
next level. I
Not-
love it.
Nothing close.
I want Jim on
appreciate
my
it.
laptop.
There's the Stanley one. If I don't have some cake soon, I think I'm gonna die. Or I might die.
Anyways, thanks again for listening to another episode of the Rankaholics podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you can leave us a review on Facebook and the Apple Podcast app. We appreciate any reviews that we've gotten and continue to get. We want to hear all the feedback from you guys. Let us know what your favorite episodes of The Office are. I want to start saying that too, like relating it to the episode.
Yeah, say it, dude.
Say it.
We'll
Say it.
send.
No, let us know your favorite episodes, your favorite moments, your favorite quotes,
Your favorite guest.
your favorite guests,
Least favorite guests.
who you hate the most in general. Just tell us everything.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we appreciate the interaction and all that. Celine, thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
Anytime.
Anytime, literally anytime.
That's why you're my roommate.
Okay, I'll be back next week.
And then you can follow us on our individual accounts. I'm GreenHawks11 on Instagram.
Well, you can't follow me.
Can't
anymore,
follow
guys.
Jordan anymore because he's not on Instagram.
See how long that lasts.
I actually already downloaded it while we were doing this.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding.
And then Pat is PJ Draymond. Celine, do you want people to follow you?
No, that's okay.
Okay. They can
Thanks,
stalk
though.
you though, or something. And then Giuliano 25. Anyway, I think that wraps us up. Till next time, guys.
I think I cut a
Thanks,
chunk out of my
guys.
penis.
Bye.